manufacturing. Tertiary sector includes IT, communication, transport and trade. UPSC is going to ask question from every subtopic of your syllabus. The more weightage is given to industries and resources. You should be able to explain the concept in a very precise, to the point manner and bringing in the clarity of explanation of that concept. Hello aspirants, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. In this video, we are going to have UPSC GS mains trend analysis of geography section. So, geography is part of your GS1 paper of your mains examination, and first of all, what we will do is we will see the syllabus of geography section, and thereafter we will see the marks from 2013 to 2024, how UPSC has asked the questions and the number of marks allocated out of 250 marks in GS1 paper, and thereafter we will see some examples of nature of question. We will try to understand that. After that, I am going to give you some unique insights related to how to approach to geography section in your preparation. Along with that, I am also going to tell you the unique trend that how UPSC is asking question in geography in recent times, especially in last 2-3 years, what changes have been done and the kind of question that can appear in next year. Okay, so first of all, see the syllabus. Okay, so this is your syllabus. Very discreetly, we can say that written syllabus is there, and along with that, you should be let's say dividing that syllabus in 5 aspects. First one is the salient features of world physical geography. It includes both Indian physical geography as well as world physical geography. I would say that it will include geomorphology, climatology as well as oceanography. The second aspect is related to economic geography, that is distribution of key resources across the world including South Asia and Indian subcontinent. So, both world as well as India. So, it talks about distribution of key natural resources. It will include the mineral resources as well as the other resources like water resources, and we can say that renewable energy resources. Now, the third part of your syllabus we can divide is factors responsible for location of primary, secondary and tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world including India. So yes, it talks about now industries. Primary sector will include agriculture and mining, secondary sector includes manufacturing, tertiary sector includes IT, communication, transport and trade. Now, the fourth important aspect of your syllabus is important geophysical phenomenon such as earthquake, volcano, cyclones, tsunami. So, 2-3 they have mentioned here. It includes the other factors like last year question, cloud burst, mechanism of cloud burst. So, such geophysical phenomenon, basically these are the natural hazards, and it is having overlapping parts with your GS3 paper, disaster management. The fifth and last part of your syllabus we can categorize as changes in critical geographical features including water bodies and ice caps and flora and fauna and the effects of such changes. So, largely this relates to your contemporary developments like climate change, global warming. Along with that, the phenomenon like desertification is there, El Nino, La Nina. So, they are largely related to your current developments and questions are generally asked from that aspect. Prelims, we are going to have a separate session for prelims analysis. So, right now we will focus more on mains examination. Look at the trend analysis in terms of marks. Since 2013, if you see, earlier in 2013, the weightage was less, 70 marks. But thereafter, the weightage has increased 100 marks, 100 marks. And in last few years, you can see the 100 marks, 8 questions, 4 questions, 10 marks, 4 questions, 15 marks, that has been the standard. But in 2024, that is last year May, 6 questions were asked from geography section, 3 from 10 marks, 3 from say 15 marks. So that is 75 marks. So they changed the distribution of marks for society and geography. Earlier, the society was given weightage of 75 marks and geography was given 100 marks. But last year, the society part weightage increased to 100 marks and geography reduced to 75. So this happens, but minimum 75 marks and up to 100 marks we can say that is allocated for geography section, and you can understand from this we can say distribution. Now I am going to provide you some key details about which particular topics they are allocating more weightage in terms of questions. Okay, so within that subtopics we have identified geomorphology, climatology and oceanography. Basically they form the part of your physical geography part. Okay, the first part of syllabus. Now you can see that every year UPSC asks 1 or 2 questions minimum related to some kind of concepts from this particular part of your syllabus. You can see that 10 marker, 15 markers or the weightage is given, and significant weightage, sorry, this one first 3 we can say that one question 15 mark, one question 15 mark. So 2 questions were asked in 2024. In 2023, 10 markers were asked. In 2022, you can see 3 questions were asked. So it is very important part, and also we can say bulky in terms of preparation. The key advantage for students is that it is having overlapping aspect with your prelims examination also. Now, this is, we can say, main specific part of your syllabus. Distribution of key resources and we can say industries and their location part, it is given most or major weightage in your syllabus. You can see that sometimes they will give more weightage to resources, sometimes they are giving more weightage to industries. But together it is, we can say that major part of your mains examination syllabus, and even we can say that you can get more marks in this particular part. I am going to tell you the strategy how to prepare for this section. Now, every year UPSC asks at least one geophysical phenomenon, or we can say that natural hazard related question. You can see that 10 mark here they did not ask, but generally one question minimum is asked from the last year it was cloud burst mechanism. Now, regarding the critical geographical features and changes in those features, climate change, global warming related, minimum one question, you can see that minimum one question in last let's say 2-3 years. So we can say that it is let's say a very important part of your syllabus. Generally all questions, you can see the distribution, they are from all these subtopics of your syllabus. So you cannot skip any of these preparation. UPSC is going to ask question from every subtopic of your syllabus. The more weightage is given to industries and resources. This thing we have understood from the detailed analysis. Now, I am going to give you some examples to understand what kind of question they are asking from these subtopics also, so that you can note it down and let's say align your preparation accordingly. Now, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, I told you these are part of your physical geography, world as well as India. Now, what kind of question they are asking? Really, they are asking concept based or application of conceptual knowledge. So, applied question. So, in geomorphology, they will ask such kind of question like aurora australis and aurora borealis, how they are triggered, or how they are formed. So they are asking the mechanism. So again, it is explanation of concept. So you can see here how fjords are formed and how why do they constitute some of the most picturesque let's say areas. So it is applied aspect, we can say that there is no concept in the second part. Now, climatology, twisters. So twisters, one of the, we can say that confusing question for that year students, they confuse with the cyclones, but twisters are tornadoes. And that time it was in news because US experienced a major tornado season that time. So why are the majority of twisters are observed in the areas around Gulf of Mexico? So see, they asked the specific part in the second part of your question. Now, why southwest monsoon is called Purvaya in Bhojpur region? How has this directional change wind system influenced the cultural ethos of the region? So, second part is applied. The first part they are asking the concept. So, this is how the questions are framed in the physical geography part. But if you look at the second important, let's say syllabus topic, we can say that is resources and industries. What kind of question they are focusing? Look at this trend. First, resource potential regions in India. So resource potential they are asking, they have already asked about the Deccan traps, resource potential. In 2023, they asked the resource potential of coastal regions of India. So why don't we prepare for the resource potential of different regions of India? This is, we can say, new aspect that UPSC is asking. Distribution of mineral resources and its implications. Yes. So mineral resources of world as well as India. Look at this question. Discuss the multidimensional implications of uneven distribution of mineral oil in the world. So important resources of the world like iron ore, coal resources and mineral oil and natural gas, they are let's say they should be prepared. And for India, go in detail, and remaining let's say minerals like bauxite, copper, manganese, they should be also prepared. Renewable energy has been the mainstay of UPSC examination. Either question will be asked in geography or in GS3 paper, environment section or from economic point of view. So examine the potential of wind energy. Before that, there was question related to solar energy. So renewable energy potential is very important aspect of this, let's say, resources. Water resources related question almost every year or alternate year, UPSC keeps on asking water related question either in GS1 or GS3. Look at this, why the world today is confronted with the crisis of availability and access to fresh water resources. So similar, like what do you mean by water stress? Such kind of questions have been asked from the water resources. Then resources of the world and implication for India, geopolitical aspects, like why India is taking keen interest in the resources of Arctic region. Once there was question related to even Africa region. Okay, African continent and resources. So geopolitical aspect, we can expect question related to critical minerals and the geopolitics of critical minerals. So from geography aspect, ठीक है, तो ये क्या हो गया, resources का part हो गया. Then industries, what kind of question they are asking in industries? Generally they are related to, we can say, location factors. But what are, let's say, all, let's say, industries are included here. Primary sector, if you see, it is agriculture and mining. Last to last year question from being the food importer. So basically it is the green revolution question, right? Now secondary sector, it is manufacturing sector. So location of iron and steel industry, location of oil refineries, location of, we can say that the pharma industries, automobile industries, all these industries should be prepared. Accordingly, there can be question here. Tertiary sector, IT, service, tourism, transport, communication and trade. So they can ask question like, what is the significance of straits and isthmus in the international trade? This was the question. What are the main socio-economic implications arising out of development of IT industries in major cities of the India? So implications they are asking. So we should be ready with such kind of questions that are being asked in this part of your syllabus. Now, lastly, geophysical phenomenon, look at the question they are asking. Major natural hazards, their causing mechanism and hazard preparedness. First part they will ask causing mechanism, second part hazard preparedness. Generally I am telling you. Okay, or directly question can be like simply phenomenon of cloud burst, explain. Or color coded warning system for cyclone they asked, although it is a part of disaster management, but we should be ready with preparedness aspect. That's why this question has been asked here also. Okay, so whatever the disasters we prepared in GS3, basically natural hazards, the natural disasters. So you prepare overlapping with the geography part. Now changes in critical geographical features, I was telling you, causes and impact of contemporary processes like climate change, global warming, melting of glaciers, sea level rise, desertification, threats to fragile ecosystems like coastal ecology, Himalayan ecosystem or mangrove ecosystem. This is how UPSC has asked question from the fragile ecosystems. Look at the question. Sea surface temperature rise, last year question. Consequences of climate change on food security of tropical countries. Process of desertification. Assess the impact of global warming on coral life system. Again, the critical fragile ecosystem, coral ecosystems. This is how they are asking question. So try to link with the current developments in this part of syllabus. I am going to tell you in detail about that. Now, what are the things expected in the geography answer in GS paper? It is completely different from your geography optional paper. I would say that you should not bring in that expert knowledge from the optional subject. But what is the major aspect that is expected here? First is conceptual clarity. You should be able to explain the concept in a very precise, to the point manner, and bringing in the clarity of explanation of that concept. Clarity of explanation is very important, and precisely explaining, giving definition, standard definition of that concept, phenomenon is also very important. Second, diagram in physical geography question and maps in economic geography question. Like if the question is from describe the distribution of coal reserves in India, you should be drawing the map of India and showing the important areas where the reserves are located in India. So economic geography, along with that, the industries and their location, you should be drawing the map of India or world and quickly showing that the distribution of industries. Now, in addition to that, value addition to the answer will be appreciated when you give quality example, data, facts or references to reports. For example, if you talk about the resources, distribution of coal reserves, you should be mentioning the names of certain mines of, we can say that, that particular location. Let's say you are talking about the distribution, then you in Madhya Pradesh you should be mentioning Singrauli mines, or if you are talking about the Telangana, then Singareni mines. So mines के नाम mention करना जरूरी है, right? Thereafter, you can give references to certain reports also. They are in news like IPCC report, UNEP report. They are talking about the climate change, global warming, sea level rise. You should be mentioning those reports. Exploring multiple dimension when question is analytical question is very important. Analytical. Like for example, there was one question related to, we can say that, why human development lagged behind the economic development in India. So here you should be exploring the multiple dimensions of what is human development and why human development lagged. So what are the factors? Factors can be economic factors, factors can be social factors, factors can be, we can say, political or let's say administrative factors. These things you should be exploring. These dimensions should be explored in the answer. Then only we can say that it looks or gives holistic picture. Then integration of current development. Suppose there is question on natural hazards, talking about the cyclones. If you give, let's say, recent example of tropical cyclone in India or around the world, then that gives more impact. Volcanic eruption, recent volcanic eruption, let's say Bay of Indonesia और जहाँ पे भी volcanic eruption recent में हुआ है, तो वो जरूर mention करिए. Earthquake. So all these natural hazards, keep that in mind whenever you are reading current affairs newspapers. Keep, let's say, take out of, let's say, current affairs those notes and keep, let's say, mention that in your notes so that you are revising and writing that in answer. Government schemes and programs, especially for, we can say that, the manufacturing industries, or simply we can say that the location of industry is part. Why? Because manufacturing industry, there can be different kinds of government schemes. Renewable energy, of course, there are government schemes like Kusum scheme is there, or for solar energy, Kusum scheme is there, or let's say for solar energy, there are other schemes like recent one, PM Surya Ghar Yojana, Har Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. So if you mention such government schemes and programs, that is a kind of cherry point. Okay, so these things should be part of your answers, and that adds value to your answer. Again, I am repeating, and even I follow, and I hope that UPSC also follows this, that if you do not draw a diagram or map in your answer, we generally do not give more than 4 marks or more than 6 marks in 10 marker and 15 marker respectively. Now finally, how do we approach to preparation of geography section? Write it down, note it down. Is going to help you a lot. First of all, build conceptual clarity with the help of standard books, standard study material. Along with that, you can take help of faculties, mentors, so that your concept, समझो अभी तक आपको मॉनसून फेनोमेनन ठीक से समझा ही नहीं है. You should talk to me, you should talk to other mentors and try to get that clarity. If you search on Google, then you get again confused because you may not find the right kind of video with the right kind of explanation. That again confuses you and wastage of efforts and time. So you should be having conceptual clarity for the physical geography part, and that is let's say very important. Just now we have seen that for every section they are asking at least one question from the physical geography. Then make short notes of each subtopic. It is going to help you a lot because geography is largely static part, static portion of your syllabus. So make short notes, 1-page notes can be prepared, and these notes should be having only keywords or we can say flow charts, diagrams. So based on diagrams, flow charts, data, these notes should be prepared. No detailed explanation. Then notes of resources and industries should be based on maps. So I also give that in classroom. The very helpful notes are there. Just whatever the map book is there in the market, just draw the resource distribution, location of industries there and there itself. And on the back side, you can mention some data, facts, examples, and location factors of these industries. That is going to be your revision material. Ensure all PYQs are answered through your notes because many topics are repeated. For example, in last 10 years, UPSC has repeated the ocean currents question thrice, or the resource potential kind of questions they are repeating, or renewable energy, again solar energy they may repeat. So yes, Integrate current developments into your notes, like the recent reports, data that comes related to global warming, climate change, or even we can say that other fragile ecosystems like mangroves. You should be mentioning that, or let's say integrating that. Like for example, India State of Forest Report has been released 2023. So that key data related to mangroves, why don't we write down somewhere and we will use that in answer. Practice drawing diagrams and maps. Very, very important, because simply mentioning or drawing that once in the notes is not going to help. You are supposed to draw the maps and let's say diagrams in the rough page. Whenever you get time for half an hour, do this practice. It is going to help a lot. It will reduce your time and it will increase your presentation, improve your presentation. Finally, the answer writing practice is also a must, because if you understand the concept, but are we able to write that precisely in 150 words? That is also a major question. Are we able to address the main demand? Are we able to structurize the content, organize the content in introduction, body and conclusion aspect? So that is also very important. And for all these things, we have our important initiative, that is Rank Up Mains program for CSE Mains 2025. So immediately after your prelims, you should be joining such program wherein the intensive answer writing practice, the concept clarity, the classroom program wherein you can talk to faculty and get some value addition material and learning from the faculties. So there will be 39 classes in total, daily 5 questions of practice, 4+1 formula that we follow, and daily you are supposed to write these answers before the class and then faculty will give you immediately feedback. 4 new questions, 1 PYQ. So PYQ practice is also being done within that. Along with that, GS 1, 2, 3, 4, there will be 8 mock tests. Whenever the classes are going on, GS1 completed, GS1 mock test will be there, and in the end, GS 1, 2, 3, 4, the full length mock test will be also there. In addition to that, 3 essay tests will be there. Last year, the student of this particular program got rank 280 and she is now into IRS IT, Prachi Singhal. So she has, let's say, benefited a lot from this program, and we have personally guided these students. So this is how you should be joining this program. There is very less time in the prelims and mains this time, and you should be focusing on having such kind of curated program wherein the answer writing and value addition goes simultaneously. We will be providing you some value added material of 1-page notes for important topics also, so that your efforts related to the notes making is also reduced. Fine? Okay, thank you.